Well, all right, good people. Good morning. Paul the handsome one here and here. And here, wait a minute, let me show you here. Here is there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are, well, actually, we're leaving Zermatt, Switzerland, and the Matterhorn. This is my view of this magnificent mountain. Um, Man, I don't know what to tell you. It is just, well, let's see. I got here last night, and right before, or right as we got off the train, it started to rain. And that was a little disheartening. But the rain didn't last that long. It didn't last long at all. Let's flip this camera. So it wasn't that bad. It was cold, though. It was really cold. And I got to do a couple things. I went to a fancy restaurant by mistake, by accident, on purpose kind of thing. And I got some. Hold on, let's see what we got here. See if I can get a good transition going. Like that better. All right, so I was able to have a fancy dinner last night, and I'm gonna show you what I had, and you guys can tell me how much I paid for that. Okay, that is. Hold on a second. Okay, Hadrigan, if you want to get off, you can get off. Say something. So this was dinner, okay? And uh, in the comments, tell me how I paid in Swiss franc, but it converts into American money rather easily. Tell me what you think this meal was. All right, that'll be fun. And right now, this is the view I had out of my hotel room. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? Kind of eerie though. It seems like this hotel is always in the shade because of the way that the sun goes across the sky. That it never gets sunlight. But I guess that's all right. You get used to it. So the fun thing was, one of the other fun things was, is I need investors. I want to bring these to Flint. Could you imagine if you had those riding around the city? What we could do? Actually, why not build them in Flint? We're an automotive city. You could build these babies in Flint and sell them all across the United States. But I digress. Back to why I went all the way to Zermatt. And there it is. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. In a nutshell. Had a great time. Decided to go to the room and take a nap. Oh, I'm gonna say it was about 8 o'clock or so. And I said, let me get an hour's nap and get back up, see what's going on. The town is dead. It's actually off season here. The busy season is until the end of June, July, August. And they say they got 3 good months of back-to-back traffic up here, and then the rest of it is a little on the lean side. They grow in population from 5,000 in the off season to over 25,000 during the busy season. And you can see that. That's no different than a Mackinac Island, and that's no different than maybe a Cedar Point or what is that one? Put in Bay. Um, they swell. They swell. Just like Situate did, the town I used to live in. We used to swell too. We had maybe 1,000, 3,000, 2,000 folks year round. But then in the summertime, that spot was booming. Everybody from Boston was in summer homes. Blah, blah, blah. So I understand the process. Oh man. So here's the deal. Marky called me, and unfortunately, he got robbed in Florence yesterday. While he's sitting at a bar, sitting there, they it looked like they cut his bag, rope, and took the bag without him noticing. He said that it's only his camera. The worst loss was his camera in the bag. But he said something that made me happy. He really did. He's you really start looking at everybody as if they're the robber. You know what I mean? It puts a bad taint in your mouth about human beings in general. And everybody that you look at is a possible thief. And it was really a bad feeling. So what Marcus told me, he said, Dad, you taught me that if there's stuff you can't do anything about, let it go. So we're pushing on. What do you want to do today? I almost teared up. I did. I almost teared up. Because it's true. If you can't affect the change, there's no need of beating yourself up, perhaps, over something like that. You got to roll with the punches. It is what it is. And you can almost say, well, somebody had some good luck. But necessarily him. And I bet you I can clean up this picture a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of issues with the lens. All right, great. All right, so there we are. But the best part was I took a nap, but instead of sleeping an hour, I slept for 4. I woke up at 11:30, and I struggled with my decision because it was sparse. There's not a lot of people up here. There wasn't a lot of outdoor bars and music and all that kind of stuff like I kind of expected. So when I convinced myself to go out, I was convinced that I was just going to walk up the street a little bit, get some air, come on back, and I wasn't going to find anything. So I actually walked down to the train station and sat there for a minute. Then I walked back, or thought I was walking back to my hotel, and I got lost. Real easy to do. Small streets, blah, 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 dark. I mean, void of streetlights. So as I'm lost and turning around trying to get my bearings, I see a door that says tiny bar. Oh, all those pictures are in this phone. I guess I could airdrop them over there, but I'll show you those pictures later. Just the littlest bar. I have friends, okay? I have friends that are what we call heavily endowed. Large people, large people. And I could not imagine them getting into this bar. It's a tiny bar. The door, I bet you if I had my backpack on, I wouldn't have been able to get in there. And then the bar itself, just enough room for people to sit at the bar and one person to squeeze behind you. But then it kind of opened up in the back to a little seating area, which was really, really nice. And the guy behind the bar, to look at him, you would think he was like the head of the Nazi party. I mean, skinhead cut, prison tattoos, and just the appearance of everything you've ever stereotyped as a skinhead. But he's a nice guy. I mean, if he was what he looked like, he was able to mask it in my presence, which is even more impressive because some of the other people in the bar were not. I heard some racial comments in the background in different language. I don't speak French, but I know what Negrai is, and I know what Blanco is, and things like that. So I've heard it, but I can't get mad. When you're wearing a shirt that says "in all things purely social," almost a paragraph worth of stuff on my chest, people have to stare. They have to read the shirt, and that's why I'm wearing it. So I'm not mad at anybody. Now, to make a long story even longer, I met a Muslim gentleman in the tiny bar, along with a gentleman named Christopher who was drunk off his socks. He bought me two shots, two beers in the span of a half hour, and the same for Muhammad. And then he invited us out back, if you know what I mean. So, it was just a beautiful conversation. Beautiful conversation. Good convincing him to go home, and he did. And when I went back into the bar, I told the bartender that I wanted to buy him a beer and a shot for the next time he came in, and I didn't add sober, which I should have. With that said, Brother Muhammad, Brother Muhammad, what an interesting young man. 36, 30, 30, 35, I think he said he was. Two children, a wife, an engineer from Kuwait. And he's just enjoying his time up. They get 45 days worth of leave there. So they've been there, I think, by 3 days. He's getting ready to take off. But we had a wonderful conversation. Muhammad, baby, if you are looking at this, and I hope you are, I wish you the best of life. I really do. I really, really, really do. Your life's about to change, baby. Your life is about to change. All right. That said, that's it. Did I show you all the pictures? I'm gonna put this one up. Oh, it just makes you want to take a nap, doesn't it? Oh, oh. All right. Well, it wouldn't be a live feed if I didn't tell you guys that we're always looking for programming. Fat Channel 17, public access TV, our YouTube entity. We want church services. We want school plays. We want what you're doing. If you're doing it, we want to share it with the community. So give me a call at 810-239-2901. That's 810-239-2901. And let's get our TV on, baby. But if you're on the other side and you do music, gospel music, polka music, rock and roll, rap, country, whatever you're doing, we want to share it with the community, okay? We only have one caveat, one rule. It has to be clean. That's it. That's it. It has to be clean. No cussing. All right? So if you got music, want to have music, you'd like us to play it on WFOV, Our Voices Radio, give us a call, 810-259-9789. That's 810-259-9789. And we can make your dreams realities. That's what you want to do. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. All right. So listen, I'm going to chill. I'll be meeting Marcus. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning here. I'm expected in Florence by 6 o'clock if all things go well. And I'm sure that we will see each other again before then. All right. So, guys, remember, in all things purely social, we can be as separate as the fingers, but we got to be one, like the hand, in all things beneficial to our mutual progress. All right, baby? Peace. There'll be more after this. assaulted, actually. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know if you've ever been robbed or
I
broken into.
have. Yeah, I live in St. Louis. Once we had someone break into our house. It was like we had a plumber working with us, and his son was with him, and he like found the way he could get in where our neighbors wouldn't easily see, and he came back a few months later, and it was a few $100s worth of stuff, but we try to look on the bright side. It could have been worse. It could have been,
You could have been in the house and had to kill him.
yeah,
You know, and a face like this can't do prison.
yeah, no, it's true.
But the fact that, you know, after that, you start looking at everybody.
Yeah,
You know, are you the one that broke into my house?
right.
And
Makes you a little more suspicious, or
makes you a little, so the faster you can shake that out, like I was telling him, my son just made me so proud.
yeah,
He said, Dad, you taught us that there's stuff if you can't do nothing about it, move on.
yeah, yeah.
So,
So where are you from?
I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
What made you stop? I mean, how'd you end up in St. Louis?
I'm born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah, so all my family friends there. I mean, I things I like about it, things I don't like about it, but I've got all. I can walk to my sister's house. She lives 2 minutes away. My parents about 5 minutes. We're all very close family, so it's hard to leave.
So why aren't you guys living in a mansion? Why don't you just pool your money, buy a
We-
23-room hotel?
I was just sharing them photos. I'm like, guys, I think we need to sell all our stuff and get a chalet in the Swiss mountains. It's so beautiful here.
It is. I don't know. I don't know what winter's like.
Yeah, it's cold and dark, but I don't know. It's still.
Um,
Yeah, I'd rather have snow if it's gonna be freezing.
Well, all right, good people. Paul, the handsome one, hearing here, and here is in Minia, Italy. I've been rolling, baby, rolling. Headed down to Florence to hook up with my son to have a wonderful Juneteenth meal. Those of you who are listening, I want each and every one of you. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that's a cemetery or something. Nice, nice. All right, those of you who are listening, I want you to, man, have a very happy Juneteenth. Okay, can't go wrong celebrating Juneteenth. I'm sure there's a lot of activities going on where you are. As no one has a clue over here except for the African American. Well, the black folks I've bumped into, we've all had a good giggle and wished each other Juneteenth. Let me show you. I was just in the station and I met this guy. He and his girl are from New Jersey, and they're traveling around Europe. They're on a whirlwind tour. They said they got 45 days to see the world, and they are stoked. This was their second day of their journey, and their energy was amazing. Was amazing. So he turned me on to ginger. Gave me a ginger shot. Never done ginger before, but I think it worked. I don't know. I don't even know what it's supposed to do. And do you know if that's a fort or a monastery
Honestly,
on
I
the
don't know.
top of the hill there?
So it's more like a fort, I think.
I think so.
It's not like a level of the
Yes, it's island. All right, guys, welcome back. Tunnel took me out, man, and it was a long tunnel. Right now, we're looking at an island in the middle of this lake, and I'm trying to figure out if that is a fort, a prison, or a monastery out there. Google it. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think that is. Uh, I don't know. Uh-oh, tunnel. I think I'm going to lose you again, but I may not. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It says we're still live. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. But just in case, let me flip the camera. Come on inside here. There you go. Now you can see me. Aha. And we just came out of the tunnel. Hold on a second. I really just want you guys to enjoy this ride with me, man. This is pretty cool. Wall. There you go. Nice. I mean, there's plenty to see, and this is so much better than driving. You know, all the driver sees is the road. It's hard for you to take in all of this when you're driving. So I'm glad we decided not to rent a car to drive to Florence. As my understanding is, it's a limited access city. So unless you're a resident, you're not allowed to. Assuming they've got like uh, park and ride lots outside the city where you can park your car at the train station and then manipulate inside. Also, Florence is supposed to be a really walkable city, and really what I'm enjoying is just thinking and seeing all the things that I can do in my game. You know, I play City Skylines, and it's a city building game, and it's just interesting. I really like the idea of recreating Zermatt. It's so small, and there's only one way in and one way out, and I don't think I've seen a Swiss Chalet in the game mechanics at all. So, City Skylines 2, if you're listening, maybe you could add something like that. All right, guys, I'm going to let you enjoy this without commentary. And I'm going to go for probably about 20 minutes or until the next tunnel, whichever comes first. So, as always, in all things purely social, guys, we need to be as separate as the fingers. We can be one as the hand in all things beneficial to our mutual progress. Happy Juneteenth, baby.